Think Fast finals in Serbia, in the city of Niš. It's quite interesting here, to be honest. So far it has been a fun 2 days. The only problems we had is of course with the production, which is a bit due to the limits we have here on hard and software, but we try to work our way around. Especially tomorrow we're gonna work the whole night to fix everything. London Conspiracy, Lemon Dogs, Fever Dota, which you formerly as the Chili Willy, and a Fun Stack, which pretty much replaced the short of jumping My Insanity, the local team that I don't know, we don't even know the reason why they jumped off. It doesn't really matter. In the end we have 4 teams still here in the finals, and the first best of 3 is already done. The second is going on right now. You are looking at game number 2. First one was won by London Conspiracy. My name is Heflamoke, casting here with Mr. Blakadder, which we shipped direct from the UK down to Serbia. Let's go. Let's finish this series either with a 2-0 or with a strike by Fever Dota to make it a 1-1.
Damn straight. On that note, we're going to lead off with an Undying ban and an IO ban. This seems familiar.
5 seconds.
Familiar? You mean the IO first ban?
The IO first ban, and more importantly the Undying first ban. We've been seeing a lot of Undying bans. I mean, every game an Undying ban, and in this case a Shadow Fiend ban as well. There'll be no Nevermore here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's. I mean, the Undying ban, I can totally understand it. It's simply because you just don't want to lane against it. First of all, you barely have any HP left. The Tombstone level 1 is already pain. It feels like at the point where you are level 1, a Tombstone feels like someone is popping his ultimate. That's how strong it is, especially in laning. Not to mention when you are low HP and you're running away, those zombies, they catch you everywhere. It doesn't matter where you hide. Well, Shadow Fiend I can understand as well, with the Gyrocopter just banning out 2 of the cores. And the IO, well, some teams just like it, some don't. Fever Dota thinks that London Conspiracy would work with it. I understand it. Leshrac, first pick.
This seems very familiar to game number 1, however I believe that people have changed places this time. In this case, it's going to be a Leshrac, and then leading off by Fever into a Lion Clockwork combo. So we're looking for possibly Blink Hex for Fever, and then maybe Hook Shot and other nasty things. But on the flip side of the coin, of course, London Conspiracy will help themselves to a Tusk once again. They seem to like their Tusk.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, London Conspiracy is one of those teams that also takes a risk from time to time if they think they are the superior team in a matchup, which they are by far, obviously. I mean, the local team here, Chili Willy, they're not bad guys, but of course, in comparison to an up-and-coming team like London Conspiracy with an amazing performance in the last 2 big tournaments, MLG and International, of course, the odds are against you, but you can use that to either practice something, strategies you would not do, for example, against like a team EG or Secret, or maybe you just want to practice them and test them on on such a level.
It is certainly a possibility, but in this case, I don't think this is too far outside of the norm. I mean, it's a Tusk and a Lesh. It fits.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, right now, we could see a snowball into Split Earth. That would be one combination. Still, the Leshrac, I mean, I said it, and where you corrected me, the Leshrac could still be a support, and they tried just to tip off the enemy team, but here, I'm pretty sure London Conspiracy is just confident enough pushing that Leshrac through as a core. The other core Leshrac we saw last game from Fever Dota, he was never aggressive, never... Yeah, just going for it. They didn't really chain stun their abilities. The Light Strike Array and Split Earths were mostly cast at the same time, where you're supposed to use one Light Strike Strike, one then Split Earth afterwards. I guess it's just the lack of practice that would make it perfect. Either way, we have to see if London Conspiracy shows us how the real chain stun works.
Indeed, it's all about layering your stuns perfectly, getting that maximum stun duration. The more stun duration, the better it is. But now, well, we've got a Viper ban, a Puck ban, and a Quap ban. Seems we're taking away quite a few of the mid-heavy heroes, the Nukers, or the vastly survivable Viper, because, you know, no one likes a Viper, just like no one likes a Spider. And I expect to see a Broodmother ban sometime in the foreseeable future.
A Broodmother ban? No. Actually, I want to see in this tournament a Broodmother. Maybe that's one of the heroes that can tip people off.
Do you want to see a Spider?
Yes.
You want to see Spider Dota?
Yes, it's amazing, actually.
What's wrong with you, Hefla?
Come on, the Broodmother compared to the old Broodmother that was really pain in the butt is so nerfed that, like, with just one counter pick you can just seek and destroy your Broodmother. Yes, it's annoying, and yes, it gives you like early game advantage, but come on, the Broodmothers we saw even in the high tier professional Dota, none of them are actually like game changing, as in game breaking.
Work with me theoretically.
No.
Theoretically. We see a Broodmother for which team in this game, do you think?
To be honest, I think Either Lemon Dogs or London Conspiracy, I'm pretty sure they have a strategy safe where we can see a Broodmother.
Okay, so in this game, a London Conspiracy Brood you think might happen. Against a Lion, sure. Against a Clockwork, sure. But there are still 3 picks, and a Brood only really works as a river.
Yeah?
You pick it 5th, or you don't pick it, because otherwise you see things like Cockle, or Tidehunter, or any number of other plethora of AoEers in the game.
Yeah. I mean, right now the Clockwork is already paying to a Broodmother because you can really seek and destroy when you get attacked with damage. Then you have obviously the path problem, and if he has some sort of detection, then Hookshot will just seal the deal against the Broodmother. But of course, there are a lot of ways you can actually work your way around it. And yeah, the Hookshot could be blocked, for example, by little spiders.
Albeit that is something that could be the case, but we got a Disruptor. Now, Disruptor for Fever, this works quite well. Static Storm, you've got the ability to catch people with the extra damage from the, say, Glimpse back, and you can hit them with the Lightning Storm. The extra damage from the Lightning Storm might be just enough, but a lot of territorial control with the Disruptor.
Yeah, absolutely. Disruptor, well, if we see like a long traveled snowball by the tusk, that could be something that could be easily glimpsed away. Hookshot, the same thing. Sometimes if the Disruptor is really fast...
Wrong team.
Yeah, I know, but like we see those long range initiations like a Hookshot, like a snowball. It could always be glimpsed back. We have to see if London Conspiracy now reacts to the Disruptor and just takes heroes that are not so susceptible against it.
Well, we're looking for a natural BKB carrying core in my mind. I mean, what would you really pick in this scenario? I mean, against Disruptor, Clockwork, Lion, part of me thinks something along the line of a Luna wouldn't be too bad, actually. Luna can destroy a Lion, kill a Disruptor fairly easy, and goes for an early BKB. Bristleback is the other obvious choice.
Yeah, just go tanky. Like, if the Bristleback gets caught out, he's still decent in surviving. He's also one of those guys who can actually do something against the magic damage because he is naturally an easy carrier for a pipe. So that goes against the Lion, that goes against Rocket Flat, it goes against the Disruptor, for example. So I can totally see him here. That makes a lot of sense. If that is enough damage from a Leshrac and a Bristleback, that's not a question. I mean, there's still the option to go for another core and make it a Leshrac support. But yeah, it's the off chance.
On the off chance of it, possible. It is possible. I wouldn't be all that surprised. But nonetheless,
yeah.
All is in Fever's court.
No, we want to see Fever cores now. Give us some cores. I mean, so far it looks interesting. Sure, we have a Disruptor Lion. That's initiation. That's glimpsing someone back. It's a nice combo. You can roam with it into the mid, into any other lane you want. We have our offline. But what do they play as core? Like, is this really a Venomancer core? This is a Venomancer mid.
This is a Venomancer core. You're going to be spamming Plague Wards against potentially a Leshrac. I'm not all too certain about this, and this is what I was fearing. Welcome everyone to the Nature's Rat.
Oh god, Nature's Wrath. To be honest, so far the team, except for Leshrac, is not a crazy pusher team. And even Edict in the current meta is something you just pick maybe 1 point in it, and then you prefer Split Earth and the Lightning on top of it. Maybe they changed that a bit, just a point in Split Earth and then Edict Lightning spam. Could work. Or they just wait till they have the levels and then go into pushing. Nature's Prophet, of course, global presence. He can easily gank together with the Tusk. Tusk finds a target. Nature's Prophet comes in. That's one stun. That's one sprout. If the Leshrac is around the corner, that's an additional stun. Or if the Bristleback is around the corner, you have additional slow on top of it. So I can see like a tri-pack working like this. But as I said, the 5th pick is still there. Maybe we get another pusher, and we were completely wrong with our prediction. So this is going into a push direction.
Well, luckily there's no spider. They banned the spider.
Yeah,
there will be no Brood this tournament, Hefla. I will put money on it.
Just book a Lycan or something. Just completely something we don't have on our charts. Give me a Lycan.
In this case, for London Conspiracy, we're going to see a ban out on the Weaver. Now back to Fever. What are Fever actually going to do with this? Because this has to be a mid-Vener. We've got support Lion Disruptor, off-lane Clockwork. They're going to have to go for one of the big cores, a Spectre maybe, or something else, but they take so long to come online, which is my biggest problem with them. It's bizarre. I'm not all too sure where Fever's going with their draft.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the moment, Fever, we said it, that what we had, Lion, Clockwork and Disruptor, it was kind of solid. But then came the Venomancer, and to be honest, after the Venomancer, I kind of dropped my jaw because I did not expect it at all.
Oh boy.
It's a Ursa, Venomancer and Ursa. That's interesting. Did not see this one coming.
Well, I know certainly a small group of people who are quite happy, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the London Conspiracy guys yesterday. Actually, I watched Lemon Dogs, but Lemon Dogs was watching London Conspiracy playing another smaller tournament here in the scrim rooms we have for the teams here in Serbia. And there they actually played Techies as well, just to show off. The problem is, I think in that game, they were really far behind in the early game, but still, with the Techies defense, they turned it all around. I think that was the outcome, but then again, I might have just seen it wrong because I was really just glimpsing on the screen. Anyway, so we have the Techies, we have 2 pushers and 1 horrible defense machine, aka Techies, plus some early ganks. What I kind of lack is the fun part. Where's the punch hook into mines? Where is, I don't know, anything that could...
It's snowball into suicide, man.
Snowball
it's level 1 suicide.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is nuts. And let's quickly introduce the players. We've got Fairlicious on the Tusk. We've got S224J on the Techies. I don't believe I'm saying those words. We've got on the Leshrac Kaiser. Up in the top lane, we've got Spartan on the Prophet, and we've got Madara on that.
Oh, they go for it.
They go for the suicide. We're looking for it, but it's not going to work. No snowball this time. But this could still work out quite nicely. SSJ is getting in close to all of the support suicides, but doesn't get any kill. Now we might even see a Canonical First Blood. Fairlicious gets away by the skin of his teeth. This
was so close. Jesus.
Yeah, a little bit of damage on any of those heroes would have been a nice kill for the Techies, but nothing happens with that first suicide. I'm personally unsure about the Techies. I have a distinct hatred to the hero of Techies. Anyone that knows me and my casting, hell, my Dota full stop, I despise spiders and I despise Techies. Ugh.
No, I think mines are even against the Geneva Convention, so, you know... we should just not have it. But for all those people who, I don't know, play pubs as well, if you actually have a good Techies player, breaking high ground, going for pushes, just roaming, etc., becomes really a hazard. It's absolutely dangerous to just leave your lane unless you had vision all the time on that lane or somewhere else. Anyway, just to finish the introduction here, we have Fairlicious, who just barely survived. We had our suicide bomber. No, wait, you introduced team already. Oh, Jesus, I'm on the wrong team.
Techies is messing with your mind.
Hefla, wake up. Okay, we have Katora just being stunned right here in the mid by a Earth Split on that Venomancer that threw off, also with Toko-san on the Ursa. We have GJW on the Lion. Behind that, probably responsible for the pulling will be Ralphie. And last but not least is our offlane at the Clockwork, who probably prevented a minor disaster with that tech combination.
Yeah, I would be inclined to agree. And we're 70 seconds away from another minor disaster, which is Techies. Still, as it stands in these lanes, I'm going to be curious to see how this game evolves, especially involving that Techies. And now I suppose I have to ask the ever-present question, who are you betting on? Because I can't decide in this case.
To be honest, I think London Conspiracy will... I mean, if Fever really pulls it together and they get nicely farm on Toko-san especially, and he managed to finish people off in cogs or the earth spikes, then this might be a harder game for London Conspiracy than they expect. But then again, I don't see them like capitalizing on it. I don't see towers falling with the techies against you that needs so much hard work. So let's see where this one is going.
Well, we're certainly looking for some aggression coming out of Fairlicious. He's just charging forward. He does have boots and he can just start to pick apart at Ralphie. In the meantime, we've got some bombs being dropped. These bombs have immediately been pinged out by GJW, so this could be quite nasty for LC if they can't really make anything happen with these mines. Then again, Ralphie's just going to decide to eat a mine. In the meantime, we have a dead Venomancer in that mid lane. This is the threat of that Shrek that I was on about.
Well, I did not expect that. He was low HP, but I thought like, wow, he's under his tower, everything's going to be fine. But then the Nature's Prophet TP'd in, and I was just there with the camera, noticing the first. But whoa, look at top player. There's the Clockwork fighting against the Bristleback, but he's playing that all but the creep, and he actually gets that kill. So Dante at the moment making a good play, but it was close because the next Bristle would have just killed him. That was already the 4th stack. Look in the mid.
Venomancer. Here we go. Venomancer in a lot of trouble. Suicide's there. Doesn't get the kill, but one right click coming through from that Shrek does. Oh, this is going to be an explosive game, I think.
What a fun. Explosive game. No, but I mean, I like this combination. Usually you never see the techies picking up the level 1 suicide, but of course if you have such a utility with the snowball, where you definitely catch up to any target you want to, that's so easy to do. Only downside is of course high cooldown on the suicide. 160 seconds. That is more than 2 minutes you have to wait for on level 1, and let's see where this one is going, because they charge and they hit the line, but it's under the tower. I think that's too much.
No, not with one bomb being dropped. That is too much damage, and now Ralphie's in a lot of trouble as well. A couple of right clicks coming through from Kaiser, as well as the Nature's Prophet rotation is going to tear everyone apart. You lose the Tusk, but you kill 3. This is how the combo works. You go Snowball, Ice Shards. That person caught in the Ice Shards now is 100% going to eat a landmine.
Oh, this was so bad. I mean, I thought, okay, Lion might be going down, but I did not expect a double split Earth. That was pretty much the end of the fight. At that point, it was just falling apart. I think good reaction by the Orsa, just standing still, trying to get at least 1 kill to salvage this situation. I mean, it's not a salvage, but at least you get, yeah, not empty-handed out of this fight.
You're still giving kills to the techies. I mean, but the landmines do so much damage. He's got level 2 landmines now. That's ridiculous. 375 damage, and it's going to be full damage every time. And look at Fever. They just took GJW down with a right click from a techies. Techies right click shouldn't ever get a kill. It's 36 before armor reduction.
I mean, he himself did not get the kill, but that's why they picked the Nature's Prophet, because if one of those supports runs...
No, Techies did get the kill.
Yeah, he did get the kill, but thanks to the Nature's Prophet, otherwise the line would have just, ran away. Either way, the problem is at the moment with the HP the supports have, for example, even, oh, never mind that, Toko-san, they are charging forward, they charge for the Disruptor, but that's a bit too early, and no one is actually with him, so we have to see what's happening to this Tusk. At the moment they chased him, there's the Klims back, but the Ursa is not standing at the Klims, he's standing on the other side, and now, well, he's probably gonna get that kill, but not more. I think it was kind of a bit disoriented, because he could have waited at the Klims, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm surprised he actually went in there, let alone even tried the snowball. I mean, that was a very ballsy play, especially without S224J. I mean, you can't really commit like that.
Oh, look, the line is going down. Earth Split, actually lightning into Earth Split. There is another Earth Spike, but he will just not get away. And if he runs away, there's always a Furion just to pick him up. And maybe there's even more. Look, them all in the snowball. Oh, there was the suicide, and they get the kill. The Disruptor is now slow. The Lash are coming from the other side, and also the combination with the stun works out. Right clicks is pretty much what ends this fight. Kaiser still enough HP to survive this Thunder, and he even has a Self with him to just reset his HP to a decent level. So yeah, it's looking good for London Conspiracy. Not just good plays, also funny plays. Top, well, Dante this time going down. Again, Spartan. Like, this guy is not farming at all. I think he's just farming TP on cooldown. He's everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, this is what you need to do with a Prophet. I mean, this is the epitome of a good Prophet. You're there for all the fights. He's 2-0-6. He's only missed 2 kills, but he's been everywhere. He's been participating as much as humanly possible. Good Prophets participate in as many fights as humanly possible. They do not stand on cliffs and jungle. Let it be heard, chat.
Absolutely. What I kind of hate at the moment to see is like the Venomancer, because I was looking forward to a Venomancer, but I mean, he has been here all the time. We are 6 minutes into the game. He did not participate in any of those bottom brawls, let's say, but he's only level 5. The problem is about a Venomancer in comparison to other heroes, it's not like something is changing at level 6 for him, because the level 6 ultimate is... wow, it's very underwhelming, to be honest.
And the mana cost is far too high, really.
Yes,
for it
absolutely. So he needs gear a lot more level, but I think till then we're gonna see a lot more techie action here. Felicious waiting already with the Tusk. There are some mines, like at the moment they're completely cornered here. Yes, you still have your tier 1 tower, but at every exit there is pretty much mines waiting for you.
I do like this kind of style though, because you look what the techies done. There's a mine there, which they know about. There are 2 here, which pretty much prohibits any form of stacking and pulling without needing to...
Oh, but look in the mid here. The Nature's Prophet will come in. No, but there's a rotation by the line. They try to maybe turn around Kitora. Oh no, look at this split. And the lightning, does it change to Kitora? No, it does not. And we had actually Spartan TPing in. That's the biggest problem. He's still not dead. They trade a 3-0 now with Nature's Prophet going down. And is there more coming? Yes, the Tusk actually being caught by the Clockwork. Beautiful hookshot. I think this is a kill. The Battery Assault should do the trick, if not even the bounce of the cogs. And the best rune you can have after a fight, regeneration. Back to business.
Ugh, regeneration.
Yep.
It's pretty much thoughts about that, but from where we stand, we could be looking for a potential kill now onto Madara. I mean, a full health Clockwork could start poking a Bristleback quite easily, and Pings go out, they realise, oh, more mines. This is getting beyond ridiculous. This is a complete minefield, and
oh, but I think they want to find the techies. Look at this. I mean, there's the kinetic field. He doesn't have a TP. And yeah, they just got him out. There's a suicide. But the problem is the Ursa. You just don't do damage on the Ursa. So they go for the Disruptor. And there's not another interrupt here for Tokusan left. Which means they just settle for the Disruptor kill. And that's it. Lost the techies with suicide. I mean, it's not even the suicide that hurts. It's just the cooldown on suicide that kind of hurts.
Yeah, and that got improved in the last patch as well. It reduces its cooldown quite considerably as you level it up. Problem here is this is a traditional thing you see with the techies. If techies is using suicide and not getting the kills, as we have been seeing here.
Oh, look at top. Dante already having 2 stacks, 4 pistols. I mean, the hookshot is available, but he wants to engage into a 4-stacked pistol already on him. That's kind of bad. In the mid, oh, they want to go for the Venoman. So that's an easy setup for Earth Split in the trees. In the end, Kitora will definitely go down. It's just about 1 more right click left there. Kaiser, but he has to be careful with the damage over time, but still, that's just easy kills for the crowd. Not to mention he had the double damage rune, so his right clicks actually hurt a lot.
Yeah. The point I was going to say was this is something we see a lot with techies. Techies have been using suicide quite heavily, not been getting kills with suicide. He is behind in levels. He was level 3 when I was mentioning this before. He's just hit level 4. This is actually quite nasty for techies to get under-leveled like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Tokusan is still trying to get some farm, and actually I'm impressed how much he got of this horrible lane, because I mean, that Tusk and that techies made this lane such a pain in the butt. But he still has 41-11. He got his mask, he got the face boots, but well, talking about gold, he might actually lose a huge chunk of it there. He uses his ultimate, so not getting too much damage right now. And oh, he tries to turn it around on Kaiser. There will be the lightning, and all his ultimate is just in vain, because he eventually still goes down. The rotations are just enough. The techies, well, he can't suicide this time. The Tusk making sure nothing else happens, and the follow-up is just not happening. The hookshot missing, but at least they have the Klims here, so they get their revenge on the Tusk. But that's pretty much all they do.
Yeah, they can't do much more than that. They're going to try for more. They're going to try to go on Spartan, and they actually catch him. Techies does eat a charge of cogs as well, but
what
that was very ballsy out of the Clockwork. That was him walking under a tower.
I thought Techies is the suicidal one, but to be honest, Dante, I think he's kind of jealous of that Techies pick, because that was definitely a suicide go.
Yeah, that was bizarre, and I've seen some bizarre things this week already.
Oh well, anyway, I think he thought his team is right behind him, but they were still stuck after the Tusk kill, didn't really go anywhere. There was also like the residual sigil, okay, that's also quite interesting.
Please stop.
Well, anyway, so they were slow, and I have no idea why he was diving under that tier 1 tower. Either way, that way they trade. Again, not in their favor. Looking at the net worth right now, of course we already see it's going into the favor of London Conspiracy with no up. Putting that into crafts, that means about 7.5k net worth. In experience, it's exactly the same. We have to see if anything changes on Fever's side, that they can somehow get back on this one, like balance the crafts out. But even item-wise, I just don't see much happening at the moment. The Venomancer, he has an Aquila and a full stick with brown boots after 11 minutes mid, and he was almost all the time in mid. He didn't go roam somewhere where he lost farm. He was actually in mid trying to farm all the time.
Yeah, he's been trying, but I look at the graphs and the graphs sort of say it all to me. The graphs, I mean, you've got a 7.5 gold lead in terms of net worth in favour of London Conspiracy. Experience-wise, they're the same, 7.5k. This is beyond ridiculous at this point, and Teaser's on the hunt again. He's got level 2 in suicide, level 3 in bombs. Whoever gets caught here is pretty much dead. Like that. There's suicide at work, and well, you just leave a crater containing a disruptor.
Oh my god, look at top, the Bristleback actually slowing here, the Ursa not going for the fight. Actually now, they hex him, there is still a follow-up stun here where they could go for Tokusan, but look at the Bristles, what is stronger, the stacks on the Bristle or the stacks on the Ursa? And in the end, the answer already happened there. Well, now we see also the rest pretty much. There is the Lion, not anything on cooldown, and he says like, yo, fine, just come to me, bro. Get at me, bro. I have no problem fighting even 3 of you.
Yeah, this is quite the strong showing, and Madara's just been left alone, so he's got such ability to tank damage right now. He's got a Vanguard, he's got Power Treads, he's got a Bottle. I'm expecting the full Crimson Guard in honesty.
Oh, look at Spartan. What is Spartan doing here? Oh, he was waiting for the disruptor. Spartan again, just getting it easily done. Medallion, and now he's just trying to TP out, but there will be a stun. He will be interrupted, and that's beautiful. That's some nice XP for the Lion. It's not enough for his level 6, but it's a tasty one, because Spartan was on decent farm, and he's given it away by a 2 YOLO play.
Nearly 500 gold. I wouldn't say it was too YOLO play. I would think it's more a case of he got caught with creep inside the damn thing, but now we got a double splitter and a snowball coming in. A snowball containing a bristleback. This is the show of force we've been waiting for, and now the hand grenades start to get lobbed. S224 has the ultimate. In comes the hand grenades, and now you've got so much magical damage on the side of London Conspiracy. This gets very difficult, incredibly difficult for Fever to do much.
I have no idea how you cannot like techies. I mean, these plays are just amazing. Like hand grenades, mines at the right spot, the suicide plays with the tusk. This is so much fun to watch, actually. I really enjoyed it. At the moment, Fever did not find any solution to this aggressive techies. Usually, you're like, you never see the techies, and you're always careful where you step. But this techies, you see him. He's coming right at you with a smiling face.
I'll elaborate a little. You try playing against techies a lot of the time. You develop a lot of hatred for it. But techies, defensive techies that you never see, I despise. This aggressive in-your-face techies is a nice change of pace.
Absolutely. No, I really like it. Now that we have all the tier 1 towers removed, I think it's also time for London Conspiracy to think about Roshan. They have the level 3 trees, which they could feed in. They have the minus armor and D-magic on Roshan by Bristleback. And Bristleback by now, I mean, look at this farm. He got a Crimson Guard full with power threats on top of it. Well, gold is actually not that much at this point, but you could easily go for Roshan right now, even in a 2-pack for it. They also have Stitchel. Since Stitchel AoE goes on Roshan, you can slow Roshan down almost like an Enchantress can.
And I do love this play. Look at this.
They found techies here.
Techies will suicide though. This is a little bit futile, especially considering you're going to lose your life. Dante tried to be aggressive, but got punished.
Yeah, I love these trades. That's the good thing about aggressive techies, because he's like, okay guys, you initiate on me, fine. A hookshot for me, I suicide, you lose your life.
And your ultimate, even if you don't get the kill.
Absolutely.
It's bizarre. This kind of techies is incredibly effective, and it's costing so much in terms of sentry wards to try to secure, but it doesn't help. It doesn't stop this push at all. There is too much push on this side of London Conspiracy outside of techies. Sure, techies' mines can tread towers. You've got Diabolic Edict. You've got a Nature's Prophet. It kills towers. Your towers will not stand against this.
Oh, but look at Tokusan. I think he makes a huge step towards initiation on his behalf, at least, because he could buy a Plank Dagger in now. There it is. We have to see if something is actually happening with that Plank Dagger. That could be the chance to, for example, jump at the Leshrac and just nuke him down, because the Leshrac is one main source of damage besides the Techie's Tusk combination. The second source over time would be the Bristleback. I mean, Bristleback is never burst damage. Bristleback is something that stacks up for obvious reasons, and I've been talking about the Roshan, which is happening right now. It is an easy kill, uncontested. Yes, Rocket Flare will scout it out, but that's pretty much about it.
Again, this is a case of a lot of negative armor easily brings down a Roshan. This was the case in the last game where we saw a Shadow Fiend being able to melt it. In this case, it's just the damage from this lineup, it's just so damn high.
And look at farm of the Fever supports at the moment. I mean, this is so sad. 1000 on the Disruptor, 800 on the Lion, because the gold they have at this point, they just spend on
hookshot in, they're going to go for Kaiser, but now they've got to deal with a blade mailed Clockwork, to which I'll just ignore him. In the meantime, backlines, you've got Kaiser just tearing everyone to pieces. He's beyond godlike. He's still standing. Triple kill. Looking for more. Can he get Tokusan as well? Seems like he can. Ultra kill, looking for the rampage. I don't think he's going to get it, but look how low that Venomancer is.
It's not over yet. Spartan could, in theory, TP right in front of the Venomancer, but he doesn't do it, because there is a buyback on Dante, so that's the right thing to do. I don't know if they want to push. In theory, Kaiser could just spam out everything. This Edict on, using the last little, bottle sip he has, and they for the tower here. There is a cliff, but they're probably going to use it at the racks.
Yeah, they're going to use it now, because if this tower dies, it's just such a big objective for the London Conspiracy lineup. They can't stop it either. It was just to try to buy time, and now looking to kill that Venomancer. Can they catch him? Nearly. He's about 20 health off death, and they still just cannot finish him. He's playing so far back.
Oh, never mind that. The Nature's Prophet actually came in, pushed him off. The hookshot is just finishing, but now they're gonna dive here under. the fountain almost, the suicide combination comes out, not killing anyone. However, objectives are done, and after you've done objectives, you can still have fun. Well, Dante's trying to actually get that pistol back, but he still has a double damage, pops everything. There goes the Aegis down on the last track, and now I think they could even turn it around. Look at this pressure back, now just going ham on Tokusan. He says, fight at me, come at me, bro, but it's not really helping. Glimpse back, and in the end they're gonna survive, even because that stun kind of failed. Or is it over?
This isn't over. They're still going to fight. They still just want to get kills. Guys, there's the Rax there. Go kill the Rax.
No, who cares about Raxes if you can have fun? The Venomites coming in. There is a Smoke Husk and saying hello. Nice ultimate silencing all of them. Now this way they get there. Oh, all the 8s is coming out, and this is actually quite dangerous for Lone Conspiracy.
Yeah, but most important things here to note: there was a Bloodstone deny on the Leshrac, so he's not going to give away his Beyond Godlike. In fact, he came back instantly. He revived on the spot. You cannot stop this. That's GG. London Conspiracy take the game with an aggressive techies push strat. Quite the show of force.
Yeah, I love the show they put up with the techies, and man, that respawn on the Leshrac, it was like an Aegis respawn. He was so fast, BOTs in, easy going.
Yeah, that was impressive at London Conspiracy, and I'm certainly going to look forward to London Conspiracy taking on the Lemon Dogs. That, I think, will be the game of the tournament.
Yep, absolutely, and that means, guys, we're done for game number 1. No, we're actually done for game number 2, but this is day number 1. There are 2 more days to come. And each day we have 2 games here in the Metropolitan University, which provides the venue for this. So it reminds me of my student time. It's
old school LAN events.
Yeah, I mean compared to bigger LANs, of course, this is something you can't really put in comparison. But it's the first step that Serbia actually gets some sort of esports scene, make something happen, organize events that also team respect and come. And so far we have a lot of fun with all of the 4 teams that are here, and I hope that continues. Sorry again about the production problem. We tried to fix it overnight. I tried to work here with the production together to get this all fixed, and tomorrow you won't even notice the difference, I hope. Anyway, that being said, Heflamoke out, Blakadder out, we go, have a pizza, enjoy the rest of the LAN feeling here, and then tomorrow at 14 CEST on the same channel with the loser bracket and the winner bracket final.
Yeah, work.
See ya, guys.